And a campaign alert now regarding that so-called Troopergate investigation involving vice presidential candidate Sarah Palin. The McCain campaign has released a statement saying the Alaska governor has agreed to the parameters of a thorough and unbiased investigation into the dismissal of Palin's former safety commissioner, Walt Monaghan. It's been alleged Monaghan was fired because he refused to terminate an Alaskan state trooper who was in a divorce battle with Governor Palin's sister. So let's bring in NBC's Savannah Guthrie, who's been covering this story. Savannah, how significant is this change and what does this mean?
Well, I don't think it is a change. I think the McCain campaign is being very aggressive in terms of its PR strategy. Look, a couple of weeks ago, Governor Palin initiated this investigation with the Personnel Board. This is where the campaign thinks this investigation belongs, not the legislative committee that's been investigating. They say that's biased and politicized from their point of view. So this is just a little bit of PR. They're saying, okay, she agrees, she wants to cooperate. It's a counter to what folks have been saying in Alaska, that she started out this summer when the investigation was launched saying, quote, hold me accountable,
right,
I'll cooperate, and then has now had her husband was subpoenaed, but he won't answer the subpoena, he won't testify. Same thing goes for state employees. So what it does is set up an argument for them to say, oh, we're being cooperative.
Right.
We just think the proper venue is this state personnel board, not that legislative committee that's so politicized. And now what you basically have is two different investigations happening at the same time. We expect a final report from that legislative committee in the next few weeks. Watch for the McCain campaign, no matter what it says, to come out and say, oh, that's not a legitimate result. They didn't do a full investigation. Yes, it's politics. And aren't you surprised?
But in that investigation that she's not cooperating in, there are Republicans and Democrats who are on that board investigating.
There's a power sharing deal actually in the state legislature there. So the committees have a Republican and a Democrat. So it is a bipartisan committee. It's interesting in Alaska, you know, it's not always about Republican and Democrats. That's not always the line. In some ways, it's sort of people who are with Palin and who are against her right now. So, you know, the McCain campaign thinks that investigation has been compromised and isn't legitimate. Clearly, the people who are doing that investigation think that's not true.
And let's talk about her continued tour of the UN, meeting with more foreign leaders, even meeting with the rock star Bono. Again, what is the tenor they're trying to set with this? And was it mission accomplished yesterday?
I'm sure from the campaign's perspective, they feel it was a successful day in terms of her getting out there, getting that all-important photo op, meeting some of these leaders, making that personal connection. There was a little bit of a snafu, I think, because of what we talked about earlier, where for a moment reporters were banned from the meetings, and that created this big dust-up, and then that became the story. So that was not a great moment for them. But overall, you're hearing people like Hamid Karzai, the president of Afghanistan, saying she's a capable woman. The president of Georgia told Brian Williams she's ferociously smart. That's the kind of thing the campaign hopes people will be saying about Sarah Palin. And again, it's a lot about the pictures you see right there, making her look vice presidential.
Very interesting. All right, Savannah, thank you for the two updates, two for the price of one today.